News Scene. Chuck Moore anchors with Jackie Maddox. Harmon Wages on sport. Guy Sharp color radar weather. Now, News Scene. Now, Chuck Moore.
Good evening. Jackie Maddox is on vacation this week. Paul Shields is taking her place. Here's what's happening. The King is dead. Elvis Presley died this afternoon in Memphis. He was 42 years old. Presley had been a rock and roll. Elvis Presley died this afternoon at Baptist Hospital in Memphis. And a friend of the family that I talked with a few minutes ago told me that Elvis choked on something at home. And despite the efforts of his road manager and his doctor at the hospital, they could not save him. Elvis Presley, dead at the age of 42.
This is NBC Nightly News with John Chancellor and David Brinkley. Tonight, August 16th, reported from the NBC News Center in New York.
Good evening. Elvis Presley died today. He was 42. Apparently, it was a heart attack. He was found at his home in Memphis, not breathing. His road manager tried to revive him. He failed. A hospital tried to revive him. It failed. His doctor pronounced him dead at 3 o'clock this afternoon. The end, at an early age, of one of the two most spectacular careers in the history of American entertainment, the other being Frank Sinatra's. Long after he became an institution, here was how Presley looked and sounded on an NBC television special 4 seasons ago. Presley was very nearly at the peak of his career when he was drafted into the Army. That was 1958. Here he's arriving for a tour of duty in Germany, an enlisted man driving a Jeep. He could have gone into what they call special services and avoided the kind of time put in by ordinary soldiers, but Presley didn't. Actually, he trained as a tank man. He sold records in the multiples of millions, made millions, bought a string of Cadillacs, one after another, gave away a string of Cadillacs to people he liked, and along the way he was married in 1967 to Priscilla Ann Beaulieu. The very symbol of sex for all of the millions or hundreds of thousands of teenagers was married only once, and then relatively late. The couple had one child, a daughter. The marriage did not last very long. It ended in divorce. He was a part of American popular history. In the 1950s, the great swing era of Benny Goodman, Artie Shaw, and Tommy Dorsey was about dead. Big band pop music had turned into what was called bop or bebop. Remote, obscure, bloodless. Nobody liked it. Nobody could dance to it. And then here came Elvis with a hot, stomping, steaming, sexy kind of music that turned on young people as pop music never had before. Others came along, including the Beatles, but they were all indebted to him, and most of them said so. He died today. Even though he didn't drink, smoke, or drive his own car, he quit breathing at the age of 42. NBC will have a special on Elvis tonight at 11:30 Eastern Time.
Elvis Presley, the singer who shaked, rattled, and rolled his way to rock history in the 1950s, died today in Memphis. He was 42. Presley, whose influence on rock music was enormous, spawning a whole generation of imitators and stars in their own right, was pronounced dead on arrival at Baptist Hospital in Memphis. Hospital officials said he died of respiratory distress, but they were no more specific than that. In recent years, Presley was plagued by weight problems and fatigue. His trademark was his gyrating hips, a style so controversial that when he began gyrating during a 1956 appearance on the Ed Sullivan Show, he was shown song, Hound Dog, was one of the Presley records that sold 1 million copies, and there were more than 30 of them. And tonight, a spokeswoman for the Memphis Police Department said detectives were investigating, quote, the strong possibility that Presley's death was a result of an overdose of drugs.
A raw young newcomer